Stop fearing sales calls. Learn how to turn "it's not the right time" into "when can I start?" Today, we're looking at how to handle sales conversations so hesitation and "not right now" turns into confident yeses. I'm Enfys Maloney, sales expert, speaker, event host, and multi-award-winning entrepreneur. I share the strategy, mindset, and practical selling know-how to help you turn opportunities into real sales, dependable revenue, and bigger cash months. Welcome to More Than Sales with Enfys. I'm going to start with something a little bit unexpected with this one, because I don't want you to close every opportunity that comes your way. I don't want you to be selling at any cost. I don't want you to be closing the wrong sales. I want to help you get the right yeses from the right clients, so you are feeling and operating from a place of fulfillment and certainty and success in your business. Making great sales is not about closing any sales. It is about closing the right opportunities at the right time. And when you structure your sales calls, when you create a strategy around your business that is designed to serve your ideal client, to make fantastic, life-changing, important decisions that only exist to improve their situation, then you can confidently sell. The thing that frightens and keeps business owners stuck is when they're feeling hesitant to sell. And sometimes that's because they're selling the wrong thing or they're selling to the wrong person. A great sales call is about alignment. It is about problem solving. It is about bringing on an ideal client that you cannot wait to work in partnership. It is about finding that marriage between problem and solution, and by framing your conversation in such a way that helps your prospect to navigate this decision, you can help them to move forward in their life and business or with whatever you support. So your role here is not just to close. It's not just to be a salesperson at any cost. That's not what I'm about. This is about decisiveness. This is about leadership. This is about facilitating a powerful space where decisions get made. Your sales call is not about just converting at any cost. Convert, sell, sell, sell. Great salesmanship is about getting a decision made on the call or in that moment where it feels right. This is not about manipulation. This is not about being coercive or convincing or persuading. This is about facilitating a space where your prospect can come into a neutral environment, speak to you about the problem that they're experiencing and the solution that you can offer. And if it's the right thing, this is the space where they are going to decide whether or not your solution is what they need and want next. It is not your decision, it is theirs. And your role in this call is to hold space and structure a powerful, potent environment and conversation so they can feel really good about stepping forward and stepping into your world, or not. Okay, we're not going to fear the no's. No's are great as well. You do not want to work with the wrong person. I would rather one phenomenal aligned yes than 10 difficult clients. There's nothing worse. So let me help you frame your conversations. Let me show you the framework that me and my clients use to repeatedly bring in and close perfectly aligned, ideal clients and say goodbye to anybody who isn't the right fit without pressure, without expectation, and without any negativity. So when your prospect is on the phone, let's just acknowledge the state that they're in as they come into this conversation. Let's meet them where they're at. And then I'm going to show you this 3-part framework. It's extremely simple and it's extremely effective. We're going to get to that in a moment. But let's meet your prospect where they're at. They're coming onto this call feeling potentially quite vulnerable and potentially quite exposed. Think about a time where you have needed help, okay? Think about a time where you were overwhelmed or needed to make a decision and didn't know who could help you. Wasn't it a relief when you found that person, that solution? Like, I really remember this as one of my key examples for this. A couple of years ago now, me and my husband, we had our children, but we hadn't got our wills. And we didn't sort out our wills for ages. And it was always something that I felt really dreadful about. I felt like, oh my God, we really need to get our wills done. We need to get our wills done. We need to get our wills done. But life admin, it just gets pushed back, doesn't it? Anyway, I spoke to this person, and she was really patient on the sales call, and she was really reassuring. And she was like, you're not too late. This is what we're going to do. This is what's important. You don't need this. You do need that. This is what we're going to do first. I'm going to come to your house on this date, and this is what's going to happen. And this is the cost. Let's go. And I felt so supported and so relieved. The relief, honestly, I'm still feeling relieved. I'm still talking about it. To have ticked it off my list. You know, we've got to be responsible. We've got to do our life admin, and I hate doing it, and I was so glad that somebody took control and helped me through it. And that's your role for somebody else. The relief that your next client will feel when they say yes to you is going to be incredible. How many times have you had these messages? I've had them so many times where people have been really, really frightened on sales calls with me. They get really, really hesitant because they know their life is about to change. If they say yes to doing the work that we are going to do, then their sales are going to dramatically improve. If their sales improve, their opportunities, their choices, what becomes available to them, everything goes up. But it's frightening to be on a sales call. This is what I'm talking about. But the minute they make that decision, the minute they say yes, typically about within an hour or within a day, I'm getting messages being like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't believe I've said yes. I can't believe it. I'm feeling so good. I've already done this. I've already started that. And the impact is instant. And that's what we're here to help with. We're here to help our next client make a decision. Okay. So let's think now about the structure and the framing of your conversation, because it's not just about what you say. It's about how you say it. Structuring your sales calls so they don't go adrift, don't take forever, and don't just go down some rabbit hole is important. So let's talk about structure. Forget scripts. We're not interested in scripts. We're just interested in the structure. So your sales call is a 3-part opportunity. Let's say it's 30 minutes. Yeah, if you get really, really fast, you might be able to speed it up. Anything over 30 minutes and it's being derailed somewhere. So try and keep it to 30 minutes and start with this beginning, middle and end framing. Okay. If you want to get a pen and paper, listen to what I'm saying and create your sales call framework, then you do that now. It needs a beginning, middle and end. And just very, very quickly, I'll go through these now. So the beginning is just your welcome. It's an introduction to the call. It's setting the context. Welcome to my Zoom room. I'm really looking forward to exploring what you're up to, what I can help with. The main part of this call is going to be focusing on where you are now and where you want to be. What difficulties are you experiencing now? How is that impacting your life and business or whatever it is that you're helping them with? And going from there. So the middle point then, the beginning is about the welcome, the context, the introduction. The middle is the heart of this conversation. This is where you're going to be a curious detective and you are going to find out what is their problem? What are they struggling with? Don't provide a solution to something you don't understand. That won't work. First, it's all about great listening and great questions. Ask them, what are they struggling with? What is difficult right now? How do they want things changed? If you had a magic wand, what would they be experiencing differently? Ask these questions in the central part of your call and find out, do they have a problem you can help with? Do they have a problem you want to help with? This is important because just because you can doesn't mean you should. Sometimes people come into my Zoom room and I'm like, actually, do you know what? Go and fix that first and come back to me later. you know? So you have to take that moment to really understand, what is your prospect's problem and does it pair with your solution? This is all about pairing. It's all about alignment. What is the problem? What is the solution? Can you fix it? Are you their person? That's what you're trying to work out. You are not an order taker here. You are a consultant. You have to understand the problem to provide the solution. As you're going through the conversation, you're pairing. It takes consideration here. So really listen and get to the heart of the issue that your prospect is struggling with. And then try and work out, what do they deeply want? What is their true desire? What do they want from this call? If everything was to go right on the back of the work that you did together, what would they come out with? What are the results and outcomes that they're going to experience as a result of working together? This is what you want to get really, really close to. In my calls at this moment, I love to use case studies and examples to showcase how I have done this before. So you might want to set aside like 2 or 3 case studies that you put on a post-it note on your front of the computer, so you remember key case studies, past clients that illustrate the transformation that most of your ideal clients want to go through. So if somebody was on a call with me and they want to get to 10k months, but actually, you know, they're fluctuating from going from 2k months to 5k months, and then they go to 0, and then they go to 7. I can think of a case study. I can think of a past client where I'm like, I worked with an individual who had exactly that. They were going up. They were ricocheting from like 2k months to 7k months to like 10k months, and then down to 0. And she had experienced that for years. And now that client now consistently hits 30k months because we restructured their offers. We restructured how the lead to conversion system worked. And we also created a monthly recurring revenue offer inside their business that didn't exist before. I can use that case study as part of the sales call to demonstrate the kind of results that my clients experience. And you can do the same. So think of some key case studies, think of some key examples that illustrate the transformation that every single one of your ideal clients want. Use it to strengthen and reassure the call. Your whole call, the whole conversation is an exercise in reassurance. This is exactly what I'm going to help you with. I'm going to make this really easy. I've worked with people in this situation time and time again, and this is what they can experience the other side of this work. This is what I'm inviting you into. Where would you like to go next? Would you like to, come on board? When would you like to start? How would you like to pay? Start to wrap up that call with your end. So you've got the beginning, middle, and the end. The end is the reassurance, the recap, and the close. So the reassurance, yes, I can help. This is what I foresee is possible for you. This is what we're going to start with. The recap is, you came onto this call because you've been struggling with this, but you want that. Is that correct? You came onto this call worrying about that, but really, really wanting to achieve this. Is that correct? You get those micro yeses, you get them on board. You'd be like leading the conversation always to a decision that works for them. You'll be able to feel it. There's an energetic exchange happening on a sales call where, your confidence, your conviction, your certainty is something that your hesitant prospect can lean on. The more your offer costs, the more certain you have to be in your ability to deliver it. And that certainty will be contagious to a certain extent. So be confident in your offer. Be certain in what you can deliver. Understand the problem that your prospect has, and only invite them in if they feel truly like an ideal fit. There is nothing worse, I'm telling you, there is nothing worse than bringing on a non-ideal client. It will cost you down the line. So this is all about getting the right yeses on your sales calls, not just any yeses. You want to work with ideal clients who inspire you, challenge you to do your best work, bring in the best results so they can be your case studies, they can be your success stories, they can be your brand ambassadors moving forward. And I absolutely love to work with individuals on this and help them to become the success story that they know they can become with help. And that's how your ideal client will feel too. So know what you're selling, understand your ideal client, and convey that through this structure, this sales call framework that will help your prospect to make the right decision for them. This is not about convincing, it's never about manipulation, and it's certainly not about selling anything to anyone. This is about intentional, ethical closing that at the end of it, everybody feels good about the decision. If you want more help with closing on your sales calls, download my Get an Immediate Yes guide. The resource link is in the show notes, and I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for being here. Follow and subscribe to More Than Sales with Enfys, and I'll see you next time.